Hi, I'm Lauren Jackson. I'm so happy that you're here watching this video today. I want to introduce myself. I'm a homeschooling mom. I am active in my church. I teach flute lessons. I joined Jamberry in January of 2014. And it was actually 9 days before my fourth child was born. So that's obviously the perfect time to join, right? I mean, that's when you start a new business. That's, smartest idea ever. Worked out really well for me though, because I was able to promote to lead executive really only 4.5 months in because of some insanely motivated ladies in my downline. So I love my girls. I have almost 2,000 ladies in my team at this point, or in my downline, I should say. And I am so excited because I get to talk about follow-up today. All right, follow-up. You might not have that same level of excitement about it. It might be kind of like, it's follow-up Friday, yay. All right, but if you can capture what follow-up is, then you might feel some more excitement about it. What it really is, what it boils down to is customer care. All right, what you're doing is giving customer care, all right, because you want to have good customer service. If you have good customer service, you're going to get those people coming back to you, all right? If you can build a core of customers that keep coming back and repeat buying, that is amazing. That is just, such a blessing. Also, to build relationships. It's such an amazing thing to be able to build friendships because you met them at a party or because you met them at an event, something like that. It's really just, I love how Jamberry just brings people together. And to grow our business, we're going to obviously you're going to be able to get hostesses and even more purchases, I guess is what you would mainly be after as you go to do your follow-up. You're looking to see if they need to be restocked or anything. But if they also maybe need a party, you can help them out with that. And if they would like an amazing opportunity to have an at-home business, you've got them covered there too. So you can service them in all these different ways. All right, but how do we do our follow-up? Okay, and I think this is where a lot of people get hung up. They know they need to do follow-up, but they just don't know how. So what you're gonna do is follow this easy system. You may be familiar with it if you've done Jamberry University. 2, 2, 2, all right? 2 days, 2 weeks, 2 months. These are your points that you definitely want to be following up with your customer or with even just the guest that was at the party. Okay, so within 2 days, you call to check in on them to see maybe how their sample is doing, if you've applied a sample on them at an event or at a live party, or to thank them for their order if they purchased. You want to verify that it is correct, that they ordered exactly what they want, and that you have their address correct, perhaps, if you're putting in the order for them. Send them the application video so they're ready to go when it arrives. You don't want them to become scared and not ever apply the product or apply it wrong, and that sadly you may lose a customer for life after that. So that's what you want to do. Make sure you thank them again. Thank them multiple times. Say, I just really appreciate that you chose to purchase from me. It means so much to me and to my family. Then after 2 weeks, or whenever you know that their order has likely arrived, you're going to verify that their order was correct, it was in good condition, and say, isn't it so beautiful? Don't you love seeing it in person? It's just so fun. And then you can send them the application video again if they need it, or say, hey, I'd love to come over and help you put them on if they're local. You want to get the wraps on their nails. If the wraps go into a drawer and they forget about them, that's just the saddest thing ever. It just makes me want to cry, because then that person's never going to buy again. They'll be like, oh, I have some wraps, I just never put them on. You want them to use their wraps, fall in love with their wraps, and need more wraps, all right? Because this is when they're going to also be interested in maybe hosting or maybe even joining. All right. So you want to get those wraps on their nails. Do some kind of thing like, oh, everybody pose with your coffee cup. This is the day of the week when we all show our nails. What you wear on Wednesday or whatever in your customer group, and get those wraps on their nails, and follow up with them. Be like, oh, don't forget, make sure you take your selfie because you'll be entered in a drawing or whatever it is that you do. All right. Then 2 months after, actually, I want to talk about 2 weeks after, just a minute more. Make sure that you don't give any kind of sales pitch at that second follow-up. All right, the first one and the second one, no sales pitch. All right, this is just you offering your customer care. All right, you're taking care of them, making sure if they've already purchased from you, you just need to really be grateful for that, and don't try to keep selling them every time you talk with them. You want to say, thank you, I really appreciate it. Let me help you enjoy this product as much as I do. I want you to love it. And then, so you make sure that you're giving them all the help that they need without selling them anything additional. All right. Then at 2 months after you've built a bit of a relationship and you have some rapport there, they don't like wince when they see you coming because you've been so helpful. Then you call or message, whatever you prefer, to be sure that they love their Jamberry because they've been using it and wearing it, and people have been complimenting them. By this time that they are enjoying it. So you want to verify that with them. Make sure that they love it and they have a good application mastered and everything. And then you can check in with them and say, so have your friends been commenting on your nails? Did they like them? And of course they'll be like, oh yeah, I get comments everywhere I go. Every time I hand my credit card over like this, everyone says, oh, those are so pretty. And so then you can say, oh, well, do you think your girlfriends might want to get together? We could all try the wraps, maybe. Would you be up for something like that? I would love it. It's so much fun. And then, when they say, oh, yeah, that would be kind of fun, then say, well, what would work better for you, a weeknight or a weekend? And then really just give them, narrow down their options. Don't give them just, oh, yeah, that sounds great. Let's do that sometime. You want to make sure that you go ahead and put something on the calendar, and then you've got a party, and that's exciting. Or perhaps they would say, you know what, you make this look so much fun because you're just so energetic and bubbly. I could see this being something I would enjoy. And then you've got a new team member. Follow-up is just crucial for every part of your business. So make sure that you're doing it. Follow-up does not have to be limited to just these, 2 days, 2 weeks, 2 months. I want you to also just be building relationships with your friends, with your customers, and making sure that you're clued in with what's going on in their lives. If you feel comfortable, you can Facebook friend them. For me, that's something that I'm okay with doing. I don't have a lot of super personal stuff on my page, just kind of, the crazy things my kids say, or recipes and that kind of thing. So I'm okay with friending my customers. And then, I've really become friends with some of them. I love seeing them come across my newsfeed and be like, I remember they bought back when such and such happened, and now I've seen them have babies and different things, and I get to congratulate them for things like that and build that relationship so that they, they're gonna be. I just like building. I'm making friends, but they're gonna buy from me more often if they feel more comfortable with me. If they like me, they'll feel a little bit more loyalty to me. So that's something to consider also. Then you also you can invite all of your customers to your VIP customer group or Facebook business page. Make sure that that's an easy way to keep in contact with them. Even if I also want you to be doing personal interactions, so make sure you're contacting these people personally. Don't rely on Facebook to do all of that for you. Just, if they're in my group, they're sure they're seeing all my posts. You can't, you guys know how Facebook is kind of iffy and spotty that way. You want to make sure that you're contacting them in different ways also, either by Messenger or texting or emailing or by the phone. I know that's a scary thing, but just pick up the phone. You'll be amazed at what happens. I want you to, here's some tips and tricks, okay? I want you to find a system that works for you. Okay, it's not gonna be the same thing for everyone. If you work best just having everything down on paper, then you could use like an index card system where you write down the customer name and have them in a little recipe box, alphabetized, and say, okay, I contacted them on this date with the 2-day follow-up for the sale, or whatever it is that you want to, whatever system you like. Client Angel's a good option if you like everything computerized, or you could just use a calendar system where you have it up on the wall and you plan it out and say, okay, this person purchased 2 days, I need you to do this. 2 weeks, 2 months. Those are all good systems. Just find what you like so that you will stick with it. Because if it's too complicated for you, or you get too ambitious and then you're like, oh, I can't keep up with this, it's too hard, then it's overwhelming. You don't want to do that. Make it easy for you. All right. You can also do those survey slips. Are you familiar with those survey slips that are in our workstation? We have these amazing ones. You can't really see this, but this says stuff like, it has this place for their name and address and phone number, all this good stuff, their email. Would you like to earn free half-price discounted nail reps by hosting a party? And then they can check whether that would be something they'd be interested in, or definitely whether that's absolutely out of the question. And the great thing about this is that you can just write notes to yourself on the back after they've filled this out, maybe at an event. You're doing it for a drawing or something, then they hand you the slip. You write notes to yourself on the back saying, oh, I remember this person had 2 little girls and they were super interested in the juniors wraps, or they talked about possibly wanting to do a birthday party, or something like, just notes to yourself so that you'll be able to follow up with a good detail and make sure it's personal to what they want. Also, you can use these at home parties. I do that. You have everybody enter for a prize drawing at the very end, and you draw for like a free cuticle oil or something like that. And that gives you everybody's information and they give you permission. This is them giving you permission to contact them. Okay? That should take away the whole intimidation factor of picking up the phone and talking to them. They gave you their number. They want you to call. Okay? You don't have to be scared of this. And you can also make like a Google form of this same little slip and put it on your Facebook party so that you have everybody's information also. And that's kind of an awesome inspired idea that one of my other friends had. So you'll have everybody's information in the same format. It'll be really cool. All right, a couple of things not to do. All right, don't follow up when you're in a bad mood or just feeling really bad. Okay, this morning actually I came down and it's follow-up Friday, so I told my team they needed to do follow-up, and I have a little stack, kind of a big stack of these slips that I'm supposed to follow up with, and I was not feeling cute. I didn't have any makeup on, I was still in my pajamas, I just didn't feel good, and so you know what, I went back up, I took a shower, I got dressed, I put on some earrings, and then I picked up the phone and I called this lady and I said, hey, I was just wondering if you were able to check in with those ladies that you said that might want to get together and do nails. Is that a go? Are we go? And she said, yeah, you know what? I think October would be great for that. And so we narrowed it down to the whether she wanted a weeknight or she wanted a weeknight. And I picked the first weeknight in October that was available, and boom, we've got a party on this. Like, that is so exciting. I mean, an hour before when I was not feeling cute, I did not have a party on the books for that night in October, and then boom, I all of a sudden did, and it's just the most incredible feeling in the world when you pick up the phone and you hang it up and you've gotten something accomplished. It's just amazing. So I really want you to capture the excitement of that. I was excited, so I hope you get that. Here's another don't. Don't collect the survey slips and then do nothing with them, all right? Because these people, by filling this out, are probably kind of expecting you to follow up with them, and you're showing that you're not really doing your job if you don't call them back. Also, call them while they're still fresh in your memory. When you call and say, hey, remember me? I'm the Jamboree lady from Julie's party a couple nights ago. Remember how much fun that was? I hope you had a great time. I really did. That's so much easier than saying, hi, I think I met you maybe at an event a couple of months ago. I was a Jamboree lady, and is there any chance you want to do a party? See how hard that is? And don't be, all right, another don't be overly aggressive. You want to, or desperate either, okay? You want to come from a place of service. You're providing a service for them, and truly you really are. And try to remember this. I know since we benefit so much from these people buying and hosting and joining our team, it's easy for us to be like, oh, well, it's selfish of me to contact these people because I just want to get something. But if you realize that you're actually providing a service for these people, it makes it easier to contact them and say, hey, I was just wondering if you needed anything from me, if you needed help with application, or if you needed me to set up a party so you could earn some hostess rewards, or if you needed an at-home business opportunity, because I can help you with that. Then that makes it just so much easier to pick up that phone or write that text or whatever it is. So I hope this has been helpful for you today. And if you have any questions now about follow-up, I would love to hear them. All right. Thanks so much for listening.